Huzzah! I made it! Hey there, everybody! How you all doing tonight? I hope you're not being dragged by a certain hurricane or storm Fiona. Oh hell yeah! I am mastering the art of thumbnails. I think I'm improving little by little, just to get some attractive points in there. I hope you all enjoy that piece of work. It was done by someone on Facebook called B Han or Han B in Twitter. They're an amazing artist from I think it's Philippines. They surprised me with that piece of art. It's wonderful. Yeah, hold on, let me scoot over to the little side over here. I'm so sorry that it's a little bit like, you know, it's just the usual scuff thing. By the way, how do you all like my new look? Hey there, is this more simple, more casual, no crazy eyes, more professional? You know, I still can't move my hands. I guess I should put a goal to like crowdfund the ability for me to move my hands or something like that. Because I need some gear to be able to do that. But yeah, how are you all doing tonight? I hope you're not being dragged by the hurricane. You're safe at home. I feel like right now, at least, I'm saying this because I know that most of my audience is from Puerto Rico. So, yeah, I hope you're all doing safe. Please, protect your windows, protect your doors. Don't let Fiona inside. Don't let Shrek inside and wreak havoc. I'd start it straight away. Oh, it's classy? Oh, thank you. I hope it's nice. It's a nice look. It's a more casual thing. I'm trying to go for more casual things like this. And don't worry, the bolts will come. I'm trying to understand how to put them together in 3D. I'm still trying to learn how to do that. I just noticed that I feel a little bit lonely. I don't have my companion slime. I don't have my companion 2D characters in here. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Today it's gonna be a little bit special because, of course, I don't expect a lot of my audience to be present in here because, of course, you know, the usual. I've heard already that they don't have electricity. Even my mom said that she doesn't have electricity yet. You'd be surprised. My mom knows about my VTuber stuff. She does watch my TikToks and stuff like that. She doesn't keep up today with everything, but she understands me, you know. I make sure that this wasn't something that I've kept very private. Let me know if you can hear me well as well, of course. I would love some quick confirmation. At least just type 1 if it sounds okay, type 2 if I sound scuffed and you can't understand me behind the music. I didn't even do that much of a check. I feel like I started just like a little bit rush because I was coming up with a lot of creative things for the stream. Like some, you know, such as the background. I was doing some editing. How do you like the view of the city? The city's right there. It looks nice. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, let me take a look at the window. It's actually not bad. It's a little bit cloudy, but nothing like really like out of the ordinary. He said the whole island has no power. Oh wow. Okay, one. Perfect. Good to know. Thank you, Ray. And Packen, hi, hello. I forgot to say hi to you. I know I'm talking behind my back, but you know, bear with me here. I'm still practicing my mobility. I have as much mobility as I as I can at the moment. It's the best what I can do, you know. But yeah, let me turn around. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Today is September 18 of 2022. And I will be doing some news. Some news about what? Well, not just the weather as I did earlier, but let me do this. I wanted to chew in it. Oh, ha! There we go. I'm actually in the studio. Avid chatter, of course. Avid chatter. I always appreciate that. Anyways, I can stand right here and get on with some news about what I've been doing, what's going on. It was a very busy week. I met lots of people, and by that I mean that my week started with doing interviews, and it was very chaotic. I thought I wasn't gonna make it through this week. I didn't expect to. You see, I work better when things are like more rush and on the spot than prepare and plan. If I have a lot of plans, it means that I will be like looking forward to things and just be a little bit nervous. And this is the first time that I do like a a triple vtuber interview in a week that I announced like way ahead of time with time prepare. And hello Jose, how you doing in this Sunday evening? I'll be doing okay. Present hello as an old British lady. You're good, you're good. Yeah, as I was saying, planning a schedule made me nervous. I don't know what the heck happened, but during that first interview I was a little bit nervous. I'm so glad that every one of my guests on this week actually enjoyed it. They enjoyed it way too much. They told me that they're, you know, they would love to visit again sometime. And I heard only positive feedback. I think the only one that didn't have positive feedback was me. I was so scared. And wait, hold on a minute. I feel like I'm slouching. Huh? I'm slouching just a little bit. I guess that's how I'm sitting. Huh. Pressure worker. Yeah, I prefer to be pressure worker than prepared. You know, like have a plan. I'm very afraid of like schedules. I can do this. I'm pretty sure you can hear every noise in the background. You know, some mobility on my hands would be nice. I'm definitely gonna start putting that on the stream, like some crowdfunding, so I can get some assistance with that, because I've been having difficulty with like the funds for streaming. But yeah, I'm always so glad. I'm always so glad when it comes to like people that help me. And speaking of help, I a huge shout out to Thomas Rodrigo once again for coming through. They made a generous contribution, and I was able to play Splatoon 3 during the week. I had 2 streams dedicated to Splatoon. They were small, but I actually managed to... Oh, they said 2 no background noises. Oh, there's 2 no background noises? As in... Oh, okay. No, it's okay. As long as you can hear my voice, it's alright. I just don't want... I don't want to... I want to hear only my voice. If you don't hear the music, it's okay. Sometimes I prefer to keep it off or quiet. I don't want it to be too loud. Let me know if you can hear me. That's one of my biggest fears right now. I want to be able to be heard. I didn't even put the pop filter. As to say, it has at least requested, please. As to say it as I requested it, please. What does that mean exactly? I'm so sorry, Jose. I can't. I really didn't get the message quick at the moment. But yeah, as I was saying, planned schedules scare me as hell. I just noticed that, but I am going to. I'm gonna see what I can do. I just hope that I can keep doing better. It's enjoyable all the time. They were all wonderful guests, of course, and I'm so glad. I'm just very glad that they were pleased with the presentation. And overall, I was pleased too. I've only managed to upload one of them because I've been very busy with like just some minor editing. I had some hiccups on the second interview, which was with the Hex Maniac, the Hexer Spectra. She was wonderful. That was a very fun interview. If you witnessed a lot of things happen to that, that's a reference to the thumbnail that I have right now. My thumbnail is a reference to that interview. Like that was, oh my goodness, I've never been so down bad in the middle of a show for someone. It's a bit okay, you know. I was acting. I'm an actor. I'm a news anchor as well. Let me scoot closer. I feel more comfortable if I scoot closer. There we go. Are you all okay? Yeah. You can still see the weather reports in the background. Anyways, as I was saying, I was having some troubles with the past interview in which I saw a bot, or maybe someone tried to intrude in my chat, and they were posting some nasty things, and I got to edit that out. Despite the fact that happened, I noticed that someone, for the first time... Oh, hi, Pauline! How you doing? Hey, hold on a minute. I'm sorry to the people who are gonna watching this afterwards. I love greeting all my guests. Hi, Pauline. It's always nice to see you. Very lovely to see you here. Yeah. So yeah, going back to the stories I was saying. I had some problems with my second stream with my guests because there was a bot going on around casting some evil spells in my stream, and it was not very pleasant. I gotta edit that out. But what I wanted to say is that for the first time, I feel a bit flattered by this. I got a comment saying that someone stole my video. And I'm like, what? That's no way. And they willingly tagged me on it. I'm like, it's not stolen. Someone reposted the stream because they were very happy that it happened, you know. So in short words, one of my videos was reposted on YouTube, which is the second interview with the Hex Maniac, Extra Spectra. And it was nice. It was lovely to see that people were enjoying that so much that they reposted it. If you're someone who loves having clips of other VTubers or just uploading my streams, I don't mind that at all. Hey, whatever it takes to get my name out there. You know, I actually got a couple of more new followers on Twitter because of that, and I'm very happy about that. It's a slow grind, but it's always going. The good reports is that I can say that all the numbers are green. It's good. It's good. Hi, can you pretend to be a frog, please? I cannot do that right now. I am telling the news. The only thing that I can do for you, and you gotta work with me, is say ribbit, 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 ribbit. You want that? There you go. Ribbit, ribbit. Slip, slip. Slip of the tongue. I will slip my tongue. There you go. That's your frog for the night. Yeah, I guess I was saying, I don't mind clips on my channel. I don't mind clips of my videos. I don't mind some reposts or re-uploads, as long as, of course, you know, you credit me. It's all fine, and that's what I enjoy to see. Yeah. All right, let me back down just a little bit more, and there we go. Perfect. So yeah, going back to more news and stuff like that, I will be talking about the things that I've been doing aside from streaming just a bunch. For the first thing that I wanted to share is that I started watching the cyberpunk edrunners, and there's a bunch of news related to that were just hilarious. Wait, hold on. So much happened during the presentation of that show, because apparently on Twitter, if you don't know, cyberpunk edrunner is completely different from the cyberpunk game. Cyberpunk game, you know, is chaotic and glitchy and all that stuff. In the meantime, on cyberpunk edrunners, the show's on Netflix, and it's getting amazing reputation, amazing scores, really good story, very chaotic in nature. I just watched the first episode and I was blown away by the story. I'm not gonna spoil it here or anything like that, but it's just so good. Holy crap, edrunner is so good. Like, you should watch it if you want convincing about it. The animation was made by Studio Trigger, and that itself is praiseworthy, because Trigger Studio, you know, the same people who made Kill la Kill, all those good animes with wacky animations, are very stylized. It's so good. Like, everything is aesthetic. There's always something going on. It's one of those animes that I can't cheat, and I cannot watch it in like 1.2 speed because of so many details going on it. The story is canon to the game. Oh, really? I did not know about that. Thank you, Ray, for being my co-host for tonight, assisting me with the audio and telling me the news. I always appreciate when the audience gives me some news and some details. So thank you for that. There's more news to come soon, but let me share one more detail about the cyberpunk edrunners. So one of the controversial things that happened in cyberpunk edrunners, it was, you know, the fact that it was made by an anime studio, and, you know, anime being anime, they love including characters with like petite bodies, or aka loli. You know, I have my own definition of what loli means, and of course my loli just means for me like tiny body, but I think the dangerous type of loli is of course the ones that are like very underage. It's just very taboo, but it's Japan. They're always like their wacky taboo shit. Yeah. Aside from that, I was saying about the whole, what's it called? Oh yeah, the loli situation. Apparently the western side of the animation studio was telling Studio Trigger, hey, this is cyberpunk. Apparently we have no such thing like that over here, and we have to remove a character that looks like that, it's petite and small. And then Studio Trigger stood their foot down and they said, no, the loli has to stay. That's literally word by word. It's no bait, no clickbait or anything like that. It was literally, there's a video on Twitter of someone who worked in the animation, and they literally said that Studio Trigger demand and say nope. Loli has to stay. That's just the way they like doing their stuff. They always like adding a dynamic character with that type of style. Nothing sus intended. And irony, it was one of the most popular characters in the animation. Apparently, her name is Rebecca, and that's the character that caused all that small controversy. And for once, it's like, wow, bravo. you think that most people will be cheering to remove such a character, but most of the feedback that I heard, it's like, yeah, keep the character, goddammit. It's actually really cool. It's actually a really cool character. Why would you want to remove such a character? Yeah, no, it was nothing bad about it. I'm just amazed of how people actually defended the actions of like an animation studio for such a thing. All right, let me catch up with the chat. Jose, you're saying here this presentation has been out of months on vibes. For real? Is it because of the aesthetic or attitude? I've been trying to keep consistent. I'm trying to be more cohesive, just for the nature of it. You're welcome. Oh, thank you, Ray. You are welcome. Jack, puppy, what is up with you? Demanding for me to be a frog. What is that? Make the hop like a frog. I guess that's the only thing I can do. I can do less, and I can say ribbit ribbit, but I don't see why you're demanding me to be a frog. He said they could have canceled it if she wasn't in the anime. That's true. Studio Trigger was like so demanding about it. They have their own way of working, so why the hell would they even why the hell would they even like go out of their way to change the way they do things? They know the recipe. They know the variety. Studio Triggers are amazing when it comes to making their own animes and stuff like that. Anyways, continue with the news. Oh, love the background. Thank you. And also, Abakoa, hi. How are you doing tonight? Always good to see a familiar face. I hope you're not being dragged by the hurricane, which is in the background right there. I already gave my news report. I already gave my news report, but yeah, I hope you're doing okay. So is everyone. Oh yeah. So going back to the next set of news, I already talked about cyberpunk. The next thing that I wanted to share was Pokemon. There's always something Pokemon news related in this show, but this time, holy crap, I gotta tell you, this morning I was watching the Pokemon anime because right now it's in a very exciting part, and it's the Ash versus Cynthia battle. And of course, to notify you all, Ash successfully won that battle, but just by an inch. Like just by an inch, Ash managed to win. It was like, wow, like head-to-head combat, really good, really epic. For some reason, those episodes with the whole Pokemon League always like put me on the edge of my seat, and I went as far as like actually shed tears because of how emotional it was. Like there were so many references in there, like holy crap. And by say reference, it said like the battle it was well created. I wish it could have been a bit more better, like the Greninja versus Charizard in the Kalos League. But the best battle has yet to come, which is like Ash versus Leon. It's the final battle of champion versus champion. Because Ash is obviously canonically a champion already. He's the champion of Alola. He's won other very big competitions. And this time, it's like they're trying to make him win as much as possible, which is very cool. Wow, you have no electricity in your house. I have 3 backup batteries all charged up. Don't overdo it. Don't overspend them all when having fun. I appreciate you watching this podcast, but always like to make sure to prioritize your emergency. I hope the light comes back soon though. Anyways, as I was saying, let me go back to getting a bit of a close-up. Yeah, let me tell you more about that fight, because I was like, it's the moment that really caught my emotions. There's this one particular battle inside with a Pokemon called Farfetch. It's that little duck with the sword. He has an evolution in Sword and Shield called Surfetch. And that moment really put me to tears, because when he fell in battle after doing so much damage to Cynthia's team, he didn't fall in the floor with the swirly eyes. He actually like stood up and just died like that. I mean, he didn't die, you know. It's the Pokemon style of dying. He just fainted, but he didn't go down on the floor. And even like the referee had to go down and had to be like, yo, this Pokemon is unable to battle. And it's because he just fainted on its feet. It refused to go down because it had so much pride, and it wanted to fight Garchomp. No, Cynthia's Garchomp, which is a freaking monster. It's so good. You know, the narrative in that battle was just amazing. I really recommend watching it, even if you haven't watched it, the whole Pokemon anime. Just the fight itself or the clips. Just look for the clips. They're well worth watching. I was posting about it on Facebook, excited. I couldn't shut up. Oh my goodness, that's just it was just so good though. All right, so let's continue on with other news. I could be talking about how exciting that battle was, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear an entire podcast dedicated to that. But if you want to, of course, let me know about it. By the way, let me do a short intermission. Let me go back to the other screen. All right, here I am again at my room. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget that I also do streams on Twitch. At least every day of the week, I try to at least stream an hour or two. I have different guests all the week. At least I've been having, I guess, at least one of them. So that's on twitch.tv/SaintCisco. That's my housekeeping. My name is Saint Cisco in all the media, so please make sure to find it out. I also post TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook and everything. I've been trying to keep the Facebook page a bit more active. Yeah, trust me. It's been a lot of work, but I'm glad that I did. I feel like I'm actually doing something. I'm being productive. Whew. All right, Jose, what's going on? He's saying, I'm glad that you like the cosplayer doing the Hex Maniac. I tagged you on Facebook. Oh yeah, that's it was really good. Anyways, something that I wanted to share before I go back to the newsroom. I am considering rebranding, and what does that exactly mean, or what exactly am I rebranding? Well, I want to come up with a better show for my talk show, the vtuber talk show, where me as a vtuber try to talk to people. I've been wanting to give it a proper name or an attractive name. If anyone have any suggestions for it, the vibe that I'm looking for, it's more like it has to do with like networking. I want the show to look kind of like I'm someone who is looking to network with other people. So I was thinking something, maybe this is a suggestion. Let me know what you think about it on the chat. Something like let's see, the Underworld VTuber network, something like that. Why Underworld? Because I don't know, maybe Underworld, underground, I don't know, something that has to do with like giving appreciation to fellow content creators that are not as big, or just something that represents everyone. Because I know that for very positive and understandable reason, most people love to, that are big, they always like to only working with other big people. Since I'm not as big as other big people like all the popular VTubers, I'd rather associate myself with everyone, with the people. So what should I name my channel? Anyways, if I forgot to put the poll. I said to myself that I was gonna do something like the poll of the week. Last week it was really fun. It was about dark humor. Let's see what I can come up with here. Let's see. Do you like indie? No, sorry. This is a better question. What? I'm typing down something. Sorry. Wait 1 second. What VTubers do you prefer most? Indie? Big corps? This is probably not a fair answer, despite there might be a lot of bias, but I'd be surprised. If you're gonna give your answers, then go right ahead. I put up a poll. If anyone can at least answer some of those questions on the YouTube, then please go right ahead. It's been fun doing these. I gotta come up with them preemptively before doing the show. Yeah, because I get when I speak to a lot of guests and people in the audience, I always get a variety of answers when it comes to this. Like some people find it hard to get into indie VTubers, and some other people find it like a lot easier to get into indie VTubers. So what's your approach? Do you have experience with either of them? Please let me know in the chat, the comments, on Discord, anywhere else. And speaking of Discord, let me stay in this room and read some questions, because I do know that I got some wacky questions, and I also have a special message for someone. All right, let me go back to the the podcast mailbag. If you always want to send a question, I have the information written right here in the in the stream. You can always send a question directly to me in direct messages if you want to keep it private, or you can always send it to my Discord. In my Discord, I have a dedicated server about podcast mailbag. So it's mailbag time right now, baby. Let's see what I got here. It's just of course. Let's see what I got here. All right. Oh, this one's from you, Abacola. I had something bothering me for the last couple of days that I can't shake off. Oh wait, this is another one. No, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm reading the wrong one. Here we go. Sorry. That's the one from last week. It was about the queen. I'm sorry. It's from Macpuyo. Macpuyo. I hope he's doing all right. I hope the hurricane hasn't blown him away. Anyway, here we go. Here's a question brought on by a game. How are you with lots of flashing lights and particle effects with games? Do they affect you in any way with your condition? Asking mostly in case I want to recommend something, but I wouldn't want it to hurt you. Thank you so much for that consideration. It's always good to at least tell me preemptively what's the game. I did give you an answer in the Discord. I said that I can watch flashing lights on good days. I have not had a seizure warning in a long time. So my hair has been doing okay lately. It's been behaving. I get the headaches, but when it comes to light, I've been getting used to it more often. You know, I don't get as sick as I did before. And well, generally, that's pretty much how I feel. I can watch like flashing lights on most good days, but there will be bad days where my head is like, yo, Sane, chill the fuck out. You cannot be looking at this directly. Just just move on. And yeah, I gotta take a break from that. Yeah, I definitely cannot pay attention to like flashing lights in like games. Heck, even when I'm driving. If I'm driving somewhere very far and then suddenly I feel like I feel suddenly sick, I have to like look away or slow down. You know, generally stuff like that. Yeah. Pagan here. What were you saying? You say here, you're giving a comment about the poll, I guess. I say for me this is 50-50. Big corps were the ones that show me the rabbit hole, but the interaction with indie does feel more active. That's very fair. That's very fair. I still like my big corp VTubers, you know. I still watch them constantly. It's pretty much, I have it's been a while since I watched like regular YouTube. My recommendations are just filled with VTubers all the time. So sometimes I watch their VODs when I'm about to like go to sleep or something like that. Or maybe if I'm during the house, if I'm not listening to like lo-fi music, I'm just watching a bunch of VODs. You know what a VOD is? A VOD is like a recorded stream. And that's usually what I catch up on. I usually catch up on all the stuff that's been going on related to like VTubers. Or maybe I just watch compilation of their clips, which is just as good. Jose, you were saying there are some indies that have gone corporate, but some indies are standing out clips on watch on YouTube. Yeah, it goes both ways. Sometimes some indies like to go single and sometimes indies like to go to corporations or corporations like to go indie. It has happened both ways. Just like Kayson. Kayson is an enigma. She has done an incredible job at being indie and also being part of a corporation twice, if you know what I mean. It's crazy. Just today, I was listening to someone that said that apparently someone from Nijisanji moved to Hololive. That is something that I was not aware of. I do know that someone has gone from Hololive to being independent and then being to VShoujo, and someone independent going into Nijisanji. But apparently from Nijisanji to Hololive? That's a news to me. I can't remember. Maybe if I Google it, I'll immediately find out who it was. I haven't really paid attention to who it was. Oh well, I'll figure it out eventually. Speaking of VTuber corporations, lately I've been watching Pipkin Pipa because I hear about it so much from Thomas that I'm like, oh my god, I gotta watch this rabbit. And she's very cool. She's very chaotic on nature. She's from a corporate called Face Connect. And I was watching a video that she was streaming about how to get hired by VTuber companies. and it was very interesting. There's a lot of points in there that are good to take, a lot of salty pills to take, because she's a pro, of course, being hired by that corporation and the many years of experience. I wonder how I'm gonna be when it comes to like streaming for over a year. I never can tell exactly what's gonna be my end goal when it comes to this stuff. There is no end goal. This is just a passionate project that if it goes big, it goes big. If it doesn't, I don't mind. It's the best thing that I've ever done in my life, and I want to keep it that way. I've always appreciated the amazing support that I get from everybody. Comments, fan art, interaction on Twitter, all that kind of stuff, you know? Obviously, you're always gonna wish that things get bigger. But you know what? I've been very pleased. Like, I feel special the way it has been going on so far. I would never change it. I wish I would have done this a lot sooner, of course. But you know, it's just that right now all the gears and all the events just like managed to match up together, and I'm doing a perfect job right now at, you know, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for me to be doing something like this. But of course, you know, as always, I gotta keep it steady with how much time I spend on it. I think that's the most important thing. Time is your most important currency. And you right now, I just I don't feel like I've ever have some spare time. I'm always doing something. Always. Even when I'm not streaming, I'm either social networking or just socializing with things related to the place, you know, to the job, or you know, I'm calling it a job for the first time ever. Wow, that's new. I guess it is, in a way. It's my own job. I'm trying to make the best out of it, because I'm trying to improve my art, or I'm either, you know, finding out what to talk about in these shows like these, or you know, just general stuff, trying to look for people to do interviews. It's a lot of networking that you gotta do. It's really busy. Anyways, let's keep going with the other questions. Before that, let me read some more comments. I gave you a suggestion for your show before giving my answers. Oh, so that's what it was about. Yeah, there are some and the dragon, never forget what the China oh wow, I don't like to get into the political side, but it's true. It's unavoidable. It's a fact. Anyways, let me go back to the other questions in the Discord. Opening window. Oh, Mist, hello there. Thank you for showing up constantly to my stream during the week. I know you have a lot of work to do, and I always appreciate your contribution with these questions, even if they're wacky, funny, or just for the memes. So this one's very serious. I'm gonna take this question very seriously. Miss, you're telling me here, what are you most afraid of becoming famous for? I gave you a short answer. I feel like I cheated because I answered it so vaguely, but it's the best way I can answer this question. So you asked me, what are you most afraid of becoming famous for? So generally, what's the thing that I fear to be known by? Because you know, some people are afraid that they're known by something bad, or something that it's not of your element. What I wrote to you in the podcast server was, I'm afraid of being famous for a lie, something out of context. I really didn't have anything in mind at that moment. Neither do I really have an outlandish life right now. I'm someone who is very proud of living a very basic life. I've always been just like straightforward gamer my entire life, and neat, if you may say it. Actually, no, and neat, it's the wrong term for me. I'm someone who proudly has been overworking for most of my life. And, well, some may say that I've been a slave to corporations because I've been overworking. You know, I got that slave blood in me. I'm Puerto Rican. Yeah, it's a fact. I'm not being outlandish or extreme. I do have slave blood. Like if you're Puerto Rican by nature, by pure Puerto Rican, you know, Puerto Rican mom, Puerto Rican dad, and your roots are extremely Puerto Rican, you have slave blood, by the way. It's true, because in my case, I feel like I've been like overworked for so many things, and it just felt like a natural thing to do. But when I moved to the US, some people told me, wow, you really work way too much. Really? It felt like the norm to me. I was like, oh, I guess it makes sense. I was overworked as hell. I don't know. It's something weird. It's something weird to explain. I'll probably have to dedicate a time to explain an answer like that. It needs more context. And this is exactly what I was trying to say, Mist. I'm afraid to be misunderstood or well known for something that's out of context or a mistake or a lie, you know. I don't know what it ever would be. When am I ever gonna get canceled? I got hot takes, but I really, you know, I think sometimes they're fair, and even if they're not, I'm probably wrongly informed. Who knows? I just rather be the way I just rather be the way I am, and if I am someone who I'm willing to accept my mistakes and fix them. I will never want to hurt anybody or their feelings or physical or anything like that. I've never done anything in my life. I live a really basic life, like really basic life. I just play video games and spend time with friends in a positive way. I never want to be a burden to someone else, which is why I have sometimes difficulty with talking to the guest, because something that I always tell them is like, hey, leave everything to me. I will be doing everything. I'm someone who, when I was in school projects, I was probably doing most of the work because I said, hey, you know, since I want things to be right here, I'm probably gonna be doing most of the work. Probably. There was only like a single time in college where I couldn't do the work because I was extremely exhausted. I even had like a car accident because of that. And I said, you know, I haven't had a break in my life. I literally had a car accident that almost like flipped my car over in the highway. This is when I was living in Puerto Rico, and it almost literally like destroyed my life. And yeah, I even like lost like my car for quite a while. I needed some heavy repairs, and it's because I was overworking. And then I had a presentation class, and I told them I didn't do anything. I'm so fed up. I'm so sorry. That's like the only time that I apologize. It's just like that one time that I said I never did anything. It's like a one time that where I lost my sense of responsibility. It was because I was in a deadly situation. It's the same with Genshin Impact. I'm gonna tell the story once again. The only time that I didn't do my dailies in Genshin Impact, it wasn't by choice. It was because I had a stroke. Yeah, if I'm committed, I'm gonna be committed to the end. The only thing that can get me out of a commitment is like my own life, or almost about to lose it. All right, Jose, what you saying here? You're saying need to be below Twitter's radar in order for them to not find out something from 10 years ago to be taken out of context to cancel you. I really don't even know what I wrote. I don't even know if I have anything cancelable. I barely talk. All I say is like chat posts. If one of my shit posts ever gets like way out of context, then screw them. Who cares? Anyways, going back to the question, I hope that answered it right, Mist. Generally, I don't want to be canceled. But you know what? I also heard that some people get famous when they're canceled. So maybe I gotta look onto that. What can I say that can get me like cancel, but not cancel? Something that will just boost my name. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, here's another special message, because I know there's someone special is watching me every Sunday or during my VODs, and they've always been enthusiastic about speaking to me. And I apologize that sometimes I don't have the time to be answering all the DMs. So yeah, for you know who you are. Yeah. I love you very much. Please take care of yourself. Don't think that things are going wrong just because they're not going the way you want. I'm not someone who likes writing a lot of DMs. I just go straight forward to the point. If there's no point to that, then you know I just can't. You know, you gotta understand that I can't really keep my time dedicated to everybody. But when it comes to your personal stuff, don't take things way too seriously. Just go at your own pace and take things easier, you know? Pay attention to your own promises that you made to me, of course. And that's as much as I'm gonna say, and I hope if you caught that message, I hope you understand what it means. Anyways, continuing on with more information about here. Let me go back to the news place. Twitch Gaming. Whoop, there we go. I have a tab and it's called Twitch Gaming, but I'm not gaming right now. It's just the tab that I got for this news station that I prepare. I don't like having so many of the scenes on my Streamlabs, but that's as much I'm gonna say from that. Anyways, did I miss any important news that happened? I felt like a lot of things happened this week, but I haven't really been paying attention exactly to what happened. What did I share? What kind of stuff were you sharing in social media this week? If anyone can share with me some details. Because I feel like so much happened, but I'm always like out of my element when it comes to keeping tabs of things. Oh yeah, those are good words by Noxtaku. The only one that can really cancel you is yourself. I mean, of course, definitely. The one who can really cancel you is yourself. Just by saying weird things. Yeah. Alright, I'm just checking here my timeline, and as usual, it's just been like the usual hobbies that I like to partake on. A lot of news happened in Fire Emblem Heroes. Apparently a very important character got cut from the game. Spoiler alert. Fire Emblem Heroes story, that was very shocking. I was not expecting that to happen. Not like that. It was just wow. I don't even know how they would have done it, but they should have prepared that story a little better. I did go back to Pokemon Masters EX. I said that last week because apparently there's a character that it's like very uncommon for them to add, which is an NPC. My NPC, I mean like a wild trainer. One of those trainers you fight. It's not a gym leader. It's not a special trainer. It's not an Elite Four. They added a trainer. It's called a Sightseer, and the Sightseer was, wow, impressive. An impressive addition to the Pokemon game. Oh yeah, didn't we have a Nintendo Direct last week? Yeah, there's so many news there. It was a very controversial Nintendo Direct because some people call it the Farm Direct. There was more news about farming games than anything else in that Nintendo Direct. But, well, if we're technically speaking, what counts as a farming game? Atelier Risa may be a JRPG, but it counts as a farming game because of how much you do related to that. You know, all the gathering ingredients and stuff like that. There was Rune Factory, Story of Season, Harvestella. It was just filled with like JRPG games and farming game. That was pretty much a summary of the Nintendo Direct. On other gaming news, Katsuhiro Harada, that's the creator of Tekken, and you know, he works for Namco. If you don't know him, very cool dude on Twitter. He's always sharing like top-notch and gaming news. And apparently, in the past, he has been in the talks about bringing back the Xenosaga trilogy, but there's a problem with that. When they did the numbers in like Bandai Namco, they said that it didn't add up. There was no point on remaking or porting those games because they wouldn't make as much money as they would think. But lately, there's been a lot of talk that the opinion may have changed because of how much people have been sharing stuff on Xenosaga. It's true. For once in a while, you never think this would happen, but the more people make a topic trending, the more companies look into that and consider it a viable option. It's the same thing with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That game has been in like a hiatus. It was because of Universal or whatever company is the one that had that behind Lux. Yeah, it was like under that license, and apparently as soon as the license passed on, I believe that's the story, allegedly, the creator was able to make that game, you know, happen again. And I managed to get that collector's edition in that website that you can get, what's it called? Oh my goodness, I have the name on the tip of my mind. It's the website where you can like Limited Run, that's the one. Limited Run had the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World collector's edition, and I managed to snatch it, and I don't regret it. Such a good game. Finally physical. It was stuck in the PS3 library for like a long time, many years. It was so good to see games revive just like that, so like other people can have an opportunity and a good format. And now that's in Nintendo, in every console, then everyone can get it. Oh, right. One of the biggest important news of the Nintendo Direct, which is a shocking, and it's actually something in my thumbnail. There's a new Fire Emblem called Fire Emblem Engage, And the main characters have been a little controversial because of their design. And they look wacky as hell. What were they thinking when they came up with a design like that? Like, I know that Fire Emblem protagonists have never been like the most popular in design. They have a bad habit of making like the ugliest characters, main characters that are the OC, but somehow people get like so close to them, like they become fond of that character. And it happened with Robin. Trust me, it happened with everyone. I know. I heard someone saying, "Oh yeah, nobody complained about Coring." What are you talking about? Yeah, a lot of people complain about Coring's design. It was so bizarre, like the whole body armor with like the bare feet, and just, the man looks so so weak. And then suddenly now it's like, yeah, it was well praised, very appreciated. Same thing happened with Byleth, male Byleth, female Byleth. The male Byleth looks a little bit crazy because of they both look crazy. They have like the eye thing going on with the crooked eyes. I don't know if I can do that with the VTuber. I can't do it. I don't think the VTuber has the capability of like having crossed eyes. But anyways, the crossed eye thing is a real. It was a lot of complaints about that. And the female Byleth, it was like very controversial because of, oh shit, because of that, exactly that, because of the chest. The chest was way too big, and it's just the socks that it has, like very uncanny, very odd design. But eventually the design just like got praised by everyone. Yeah. And the same thing is, well, now it's like even more wackier than ever. It's just for some reason the main character in Fire Emblem Engage have like the cross color hair, like half red and half blue, but then it's like really saturated dark red and dark blue. It looks like an OC, like OC. Not like they look like, obviously they're the main of OC, but you know what I mean. They look like some DeviantArt OC, whatever insult you want to throw in there. That sounds outlandish. Yeah, that's the story with those two main characters. They were really extreme with the design. I don't know what they were thinking, for real. Do you like them? They have nicknames. The internet has like branded their name, as I said in the comment. They're called Toothpaste Chan, Colgate, however you say it in your language, Crest, Pepsi Hair. It's so bizarre. I don't know what they were thinking, It's just, I don't even know what they were thinking. And I bet your ass that if there's a new Smash Bros in the future, they're gonna be in the fucking game. Oh goodness. Yeah, I think Coring and Byleth was heavily criticized when put on Smash. Yeah, that too. And speaking of heavily criticized, this is like the most criticized character of Fire Emblem of all time. They're like doubling down of like trying to put a name on their character design. Like everybody else around them looks good. It's just the main character looks bizarre as hell. I don't know what they're thinking, but whatever works for them, whatever makes them the bread and money they're getting from those games. Because I'm guilty. It's one of my favorite franchise. Goddammit. It's either Fire Emblem or Pokemon. When I was talking to Hexer Spectra, we were briefly speaking what is the appeal of Pokemon, and it's just the character design. For some reason I know the Pokemon are the main attraction, but the trainers do get some massive attraction. And the character design in the new game is looking bizarre. But I bet your ass that as soon as that game come out, some people are going to be highly attached to the characters no matter what. Because it's going to happen. It's Nintendo. Speaking of Nintendo, there was more news. The biggest news happening is like Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 has actually got a brief teaser. And it exists. It's real. The puppet YouTuber called Arlo was hyping all about it. That's what I know about it. When I hear Pikmin news, all I can think is Arlo. Arlo is like the blue Sesame Street like puppet that has a YouTube channel that talks mostly about Nintendo. It's fun. It's fun to see like people hyped up for their favorite things. I'm guilty of that too. When I see something, I think it's pretty much with everyone. When they see something like it's their favorite being represented when it comes to gaming, they just get overly hyped and happy about it. So it happens when characters are included in Smash. It happens when their game finally gets a port or gets a sequel. Hey, people have like fandoms about everything. and it's become kind of like a double edge of a thing, because sometimes people make a fandom out of the worst thing ever. I mean, it's always biased when it comes to that, but it's like, it's what have you seen that has like a thing that shouldn't have a fandom? Speaking of that, it is an open topic, but I've been realized that, you know, the Genshin Impact community, they get a horrible reputation. And by the way, it's their 2-year anniversary this week, and they show a special presentation about it, and it was completely okay. You know, they could have done better with the rewards. As usual, Genshin Impact being greedy, they can get away with it because, you know, their game is like banging at the moment. If they were like failing, I mean, I can't say this. If a game, like a gacha game, is like under the rugs or trying to losing its popularity, that's probably the time where they start getting the most charitable. That's when you see that. That's the time when they get the most charitable. Speaking of charitable, I have something to say after this. Well, let's go back to the Genshin Impact topic. Genshin Impact, what I wanted to say is like, Genshin Impact community and the fandom in general, they have managed to do something incredible that I've never seen in a long time, which is expanding the enjoyment of the game by creating things like AU, like alternative universes. This reminds me of Undertale. I remember when Undertale was huge. Like, people, you know, they enjoy the game, they create their fan art, their fanfics, but however, it goes beyond creating a fanfic. People create like their own AU. You know, it's kind of like a role play. It's hard to describe exactly what an AU is. It's just a way of like a community trying to like just create their own stories, and they try to like double down on them really hard so people can join into that ride. And it's just bizarre. It's giving me, Genshin Impact is giving me the same vibes as Undertale, and I cannot believe exactly what I'm looking at. It's so weird to explain how it is. It goes beyond making an OC or a fanfic. I don't know. It's just bizarre. If you look at it, then, you know, if you see it, you'll understand what it means. Anyways, what I was saying about being charitable. On other news, sorry, I muted the mic there just to cough a little bit. In other news, Mario Kart Tour, the gacha game for Mario Kart, decided to eliminate the gacha characters. Apparently, it's free to get the characters. All you gotta do is like missions in the game, something like that. And people have been like rooting for that decision. Like, it's good. However, I have a suspicion that there's always something behind it. I don't know what their tactic is now for getting money, but it's always like surprising when Nintendo's always the one coming with like the crazy big corporate decisions, and I wonder how other companies are gonna follow, because every time Nintendo does something big that goes into the news, it just gets imitated by someone else. So I don't know how to feel about that, or what's gonna happen with Genshin Impact. I'm not Genshin Impact, but Mario Kart. Yes, I think they're just they're monetizing cosmetics or levels. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're monetizing someone else. They're giving away the characters for free now instead of being pulled. But however, you know, something else is being monetized. They're not gonna exactly be giving away all that bread for free. You know, there's always something's up. Something's up. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. One more comment here. How sad you're saying the Genshin Impact getting an anime produced by ufotable. Now Twitter will unite in order to demand that their gay ship be made canon. You said one news and something funny along those news. Yeah, I forgot to mention that during the anniversary presentation, Genshin Impact did announce that they're gonna have a new anime, which is big news. Big news. Ufotable, I think it's the people who made Demon Slayer, and they are just like quality animation, and I'm looking forward to it. The trailer looked very nice. They didn't really show much. All they showed was like ambience and just like pretty mountains and a lot of grass, which is like 70% of Genshin Impact. It's just a lot of grass. I should know. I play Genshin Impact every day. But yeah, it looked nice. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Speaking of watching animes, I've just been trying to catch up with I said I watched Edrunners. I talked about that right earlier. Pokemon, Overlord. I'm up to date with everything finally. At least everything that it's like on the on the front page of most anime websites. And wow, I've been talking was non-stop tonight. It was just so much to say, and I feel like I forgot stuff. One more time, I hope you're all doing wonderful and you're not being caught by Hurricane Fiona, which is like right now, as you can see in behind me, it's like devastating and just like destroying Puerto Rico at the moment. Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time to close the poll and try to like give a finale to this tonight's podcast. I'm gonna keep it briefly. I am over the hour mark, which is the goal. This is always good. Let me go. Hang on. Hi. Let me keep it like that. Short applause. The poll, 75% said indie. The other 25% said corporate. Ooh, surprising results. Surprising. I know it's only like 4 people, but it doesn't matter. Surprising. Somebody actually clicked on big corps, which is huge to say. And it's not a problem. Like I said, either way you like, it's fine. As long as you're enjoying it and you get the enjoyment from most of it. Anyways, that is all for tonight. Let me go back to the room. As for this week, I said that I'm not good with making schedules. However, I had planned to ask more guests to visit my Twitch, as I have been doing the entire time during this week or lately. I did talk with some people in a certain server, and most of the members are Puerto Ricans. I want to get to know more of my fellow people that are VTubers. I've already had guests that were Puerto Rican, and there was a lot of Spanish involved in those conversations, which is something that I'm afraid of sometimes, because Twitter, it's like, I mean, not Twitter, Twitch is mostly, I mostly speak English in there, but generally I want to interview more people from Puerto Rico. So let's happen. I never have a theme. Apparently, someone pointed out to me that there was a theme last week, and I guess it was like international VTubers? Huh. I don't know, because one of them was from Germany, the other one was from the UK, and the other one was like from the US. They were all wonderful people. I very appreciate all their contribution to the show, and I hope they had a good time. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it for me for tonight. I'll be talking about those plans on my Discord server, of course, and as well as on Twitter. If you want to keep tabs on that, show some support, check out the links in the description. I will be seeing you in the socials. Bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just went the entire hour like without shutting the fuck up. This was great, and I hope you really liked this design. I'm trying to be more creative when it comes to like, just making more appearances. I noticed my character is like shaking way too much. Maybe I can fix that by adjusting some settings. But it's just general thought of what I wanted to be seeing today. Just more casual, less crazy, less hexmaniac, no twirly eyes. And I still got the flesh thing going on, by the way. Yeah. Hugs and kisses to everyone here. You all have a wonderful time. Please stay safe, hydrate, don't waste your electricity on nonsense. Be more responsible with the things you have. That's all I wanted to share for the night. Yes, I will be posting those interviews on YouTube. I'm sorry that I haven't edited the one that I did the last two. The first one that I posted was from IN-Sain. Wonderful interview, very chill. You should check it out. Give it a like. If you're here right now, if you're still watching this, please give this video a like. Comment on it too. I want to see some comments in my videos. And surprised that when I check my analytics, it says that I have certain amount of hours, minutes in there. I'm getting good numbers, but when it comes to interaction, though, it's the thing that I'm not seeing. People, I know it's hard. It's hard. I'm demanding way too much. You got the wrong time. Oh no, Thomas. Hi. No, don't worry. You didn't get the wrong time. You're always right on time, as always. Don't worry about it. Let me go back to the... Oh, there we go. Just for you, I decided... I already said it way earlier, because today's episode was a little different because of how the nature of the episode. I was trying to give some respect to my fellow Puerto Ricans who are out without electricity, which is why the numbers are usually like yeah, I'm missing the usual squad. They're not completely here. There was one of them here, but I'm pretty sure they don't have electricity. They've been texting me saying, "Oh, I have no electricity." I show all the news about everything. Yeah, this is the end of the show. I really say goodbye to everyone. Thomas, thank you so much for your amazing support and everything. I was able to get all gooey during the week because of you, and I was able to enjoy playing Splatoon 3. So I'm very thankful about that. And I hope you like the new design. I'm trying to come up with a new design every month, a couple of times. Yeah, let's see what's happened. When it comes to 2D, of course, that's a little more slow. But so far, it's been great. Yeah, I already share all the news and everything. I'm not one stalling. I just wanted to show my respects. Thank you so much for everyone, literally everyone, especially support to Behand for the amazing thumbnail that they managed to draw for me. That was super pog. That's pretty much how I can keep it. Yeah, everybody, you have a good night and please take care. I'm gonna have a nice rest and be uploading those videos. Jose, you can watch the video as soon as I edit it and put it back in my YouTube, of course. I'm so glad to see your comment there, Thomas. It means a lot. The poll, yeah, you voted for indie. Wow, I'm surprised you voted for indie. I'm not calling you out, Thomas, but I figured you would vote for indie lately. I'm surprised of the results of the poll. 25%. It was 20% for big corporation and indie 80%. It's something that I always like to discuss. Like, if people are more people these days are converting to indie VTubers. I can see why. It's been it's been an experience. Like, big corporations are just like a bit out of touch. I don't even know how to say it. That may be a hot take. Who knows? They're still fun. They still have their huge dynamic. Their amazing budget for anime worthy. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that. Like, Gargura had like a concert like yesterday, and it was huge. And I guess I can include that in the news section, huh? Oh my goodness, I am exhausted. I didn't shut up the entire time. Anyways, for real now, I really have to go. I gotta do some more editing, some more drawings. I also suffer so much. Check out the perks. I'm adding more perks to my streams on Twitch. I'll be sharing more details about that probably tomorrow. The schedule is gonna be a little bit different. Big corps, you're saying, Thomas, you're some big corps feel like indie corps, if you get what I mean. I get it, especially when some of those members actually go crazy and they start going independent. There are certain members that they go from being big corp to indie and then they go back again to another big corp. If you know what I mean. All right. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye. Okay.